What's up, Yu-Gi-Oh players? So brand new news. We got some new cards, but first thing that I want to talk about is the end of Speed Duel, pretty much. I mean, technically they say it's on pause over on Twitter, but basically if you are a Speed Duel fan, there's going to be no more stuff. I never really covered it on my channel other than maybe a couple gameplays of it, but basically it is not going to be a thing anymore. So what does this mean for the future Yu-Gi-Oh? You guys can speculate. I mean, there's a lot of people commenting on all of this stuff. They're saying that the game is done. My assumption is Speed Duel is done, but not the regular Yu-Gi-Oh game. But if there's less interest in this, you know, people will always speculate. I mean, like, just because we lost Dungeon Dice doesn't mean Yu-Gi-Oh is over. Dungeon Dice was pretty cool, though. But you know what's even better? Duelist of the Roses. But anyways, I'm going to go and just kind of go right into new Yu-Gi-Oh cards, because we've got some new cards to go ahead and check out. So, the first card is going to be called Mulcharmy Fuwalos over here. This card is a brand new card that is going to be shaking up the game potentially over here. So, anyways, it's a brand new level 4 Wind Wing Beast effect monster, 100 attack, 600 defense points, and it says you can only activate one other Mulcharmy monster effect the turn you activate this effect. And this first part is if you control no cards, as a quick effect, you discard this card, apply these effects this turn. Each time your opponent special summons a monster from the deck and or extra deck, immediately draw one card. So it's basically Max Seed, right? Okay, hold on. Once during the end phase, if the number of your cards is more than the number of cards your opponent controls plus 6, you must randomly shuffle cards from your hand into the deck so that the number in your hand equals the number of your opponent's controls plus 6. So, there is a kind of a double-edged sword, because what if you open up with those godly cards, right? Then there is that huge problem of, well, I might have just lost my godly hand. Like, this could, in theory, make your hand worse. However, in most circumstances, you would probably argue that it is better, because whatever you draw into, if you have any hand trap, just activate all those, because at the end, you're going to have this huge downside. Now, another thing with this downside, if you could choose, I don't think that this card would be bad, and it'd be like a stable triple in every single deck, no question about it, alright? But because you have to randomly shuffle the cards, I don't like that part, because, like, what if you draw multiple things that you, like, can't run, you know, into, you know, a board that you have to break board with? So, again, that is a huge concern. What do you guys think of this? Is this going to be a short print, secret rare, TCG $100 card? I think this is the first time I'm saying this in like a long time. This is our first like $100 card. I want to say easily, like, you know, at least at the start, I think a lot of people will be interested in playing the Mulcharmy Fuwalos. It's good. I mean, there really isn't too much of a downside other than, well, if you draw, like, again, it would be really unfortunate if it happens, but you can still, remember, use all of your hand traps. Just activate all the cards. So there is some use with that. Just max out a bunch of hand traps, and at that point, your opponent doesn't have anything because maybe you stop their play, but it is the closest thing that we've had that is similar to Max C, because we always get those bootleg, like Fishborg, like, you know, bootleg ones like Archer, whereas, like, we always wanted the OG. This is the closest I think we'll ever get to Max C coming back. It's a pretty good card, all right? I think that the card has easily high potential. All right, so next up, we got some more new cards over here. It's coming out in DBCB over here. So we got, this is a new archetype, the Sword Raizeol. Sword Raizeol. Okay, so it looks like some sort of machine archetype. 1500 attack, 200 defense points, which means that's a killing target. All right, so it is going to be it's a Fire Thunder. I was expecting machine. Anyways, 1500 attack, 200 defense points. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. So the first part is if you control Raizeol monster on your field or in your graveyard, you get to special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, you can't special summon from the extract for the rest of the turn except for rank 4 seized monsters. Second part is if this card is normal or special summoned, you get to add one light pyro monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, pretty solid effect overall, considering it's effect special again. Rekindling. Is this all part of the archetype? Okay, so next up we have Node Raizeol. So it's a level 4 Fire Thunder effect monster, 14 attack, 1600 defense points, and it says you can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. So the first part is you control an exceeds monster in your field or in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, you cannot special summon from the extract for the rest of the turn except for rank 4 exceeds monsters. The second part of the effect is you can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard to target a Raizeol monster in your graveyard except for Raizeol, or Node Raizeol and special summon in defense position, but its effects are negated. I mean, this is really solid overall, considering it's just any one card that can include spells and traps. Maybe you can banish it for some bonus effects. That's my assumption of what the archetype will be doing. Next up, we have the Ice Raizeol. Oh, okay. So now it's still also a Pyro, but now we're not Thunder, we are now Light. What the heck is this archetype? Okay, tell me this is not straight up Echo from Overwatch. Like, that is straight up copy and pasted Echo. Like, it really looks exactly like it. Anyways, level 4 Light Pyro, 1700 attack, 1000 defense. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. So the first part of the effect is you can special summon this card from your hand by sending one card from your hand or field to the graveyard. If summoned this way, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except for rank 4 Xyz monsters. Second part of the effect is if this card is normal summon, you can just special summon one Raizeol monster from your deck except for itself. Okay, well, I mean, that's really not bad at all. It's like, this whole archetype is actually looking really solid. They're going now into Light Pyro with the EX Raizeol. So it's going to be 500 attack, 2000 defense points, level 4. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn. So you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. So the first part is you can special summon this card from your hand by sending an Xyz monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. Oh, then the other card you can just summon for free. And then if summoned this way, you can't special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except for rank 4 Xyz monsters. Second part is if this card is normal or special summoned, all face-up monsters you control are level/rank 4. And then it says you can add one Fire Thunder monster from your deck to your hand. Dude, what the heck is this archetype? It's like so free. This is actually like an S tier archetype at the launch. Next up, though, we got the Palma Raizeol, the level 4 Fire Thunder special summon effect monster, 1200 attack, 24 defense. Cannot be normal summon or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by shuffling one Raizeol monster from your hand or graveyard into the deck/extra deck. First part is you can't special summon from the extra deck except for rank 4 Xyz monsters. Second part is once per turn, if this card battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation, you can send one level 4 monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard. If you do, this card gains attack equal to that monster's until the end of the battle phase. Wow. I mean, they're really making this archetype solid. Now let's check out their boss monsters. They're really revealing this whole archetype. We got Raizeol Duo Drive, which is a rank 4 Thunder Xyz effect monster, 25 attack, 2000 defense points, and its materials are 2+ level 4 monsters. You can only use the first and third effects of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is if this card is special summoned, you get to attach one Raizeol monster from your graveyard to this card as material. Second part is for each material attached to this card, monsters you control gain 100 attack. Also, your monsters your opponent control lose 100 attack. Third part is during your main phase, you can detach 2 materials from your Xyz monster, and if you do, add 2 Raizeol cards with different names from your deck to your hand. Like, this is insane. And then we have Raizeol Detonator, which is a rank 4 Light Pyro effect monster, and it's 3000 attack, 2500 defense, and its materials are 2+ level 4 Raizeol monsters. And it says you can only use the first and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is if this card is special summoned, you can attach one monster from your graveyard to this card as material. Second part is when your opponent activates a card or effect as a quick effect, you attach a material from this card, then target one card on the field and destroy it. It's pretty solid. Considering that second part is not a once per turn, right? Yeah, it's just this quick effect. It only says first and third. Okay, so basically double at least. Then third part of the effect is if an Xyz monster you control will be destroyed by battle card effect, you attach a material from this card inside. So we got like basically 6 samurai effect up on this guy. And then next up we have the Raizeol plugin. So it's a quick play spell card that says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. So target one Xyz monster on a Raizeol monster in your graveyard or your banishment special summon it. Then you get to attach one Raizeol card from your deck to your rank 4 Xyz monster as material. Also, you can't declare attacks for the rest of the turn except for rank 4 Xyz monsters. Okay. And then next up we have the Raizeol Hole Thruster, which is a normal trap card that says you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Raizeol Xyz monsters you control and destroy them. Then you can attach a Raizeol card from your graveyard to your rank 4 Xyz monster as material. Second part says you can banish this card from your graveyard immediately after this effect resolves. Xyz summon using monsters you control, including a Raizeol monster. Okay, and then we got a bunch of reprints. So it looks like we got Tornado Dragon and Time Thief Reader. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. Like, for once we got like a complete brand new archetype that actually looks pretty good and maybe potentially splashable in other decks. Let me know if you would splash it in anything. But that's gonna wrap it up, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit subscribe, turn the bell so you don't miss out on even more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards and gameplay very soon, Cap. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.